Hello members, this is BJ Shah, your National Director, and today I want to talk about the new BNI meeting formats available to you. Until early 2020, for 35 years, the only way we knew how to build our relationships in BNI, and we strongly believed that face-to-face is what's required to meet every single week to be able to generate referrals for each other and pass business. And then came COVID, March 2020. Within a space of about a week or two, we moved all of our chapters online. It was pretty smooth, but at the time there was a bit of resistance. We weren't quite sure how effective online will be, but then we also didn't know how long we're going to have to remain online. And we did it nevertheless. 18 months on, we've actually learned that technology can help if we embrace it, and online has generated equal or even better results. We continued having our meetings every week for the last 18 months. Our membership continues to grow. The referrals between members continue to grow, and the business done between members continue to grow. And these are some statistics at a global level, what our members have received. As things get safer and many members are eager to go back to in-person, we now have a choice to offer to our members. Of course, the people who are used to in-person would want to go in person, and that's absolutely fine. If the majority of a chapter wants that, that's great. But we also have many members who like online. 67% of our active chapters in the UAE are actually members who have not experienced in-person. They joined in the last 18 months, so they don't know what in-person is like, and they're happy to continue online. Taking the two, we actually feel there is a third option which can work for members. It's called the BNI hybrid. This has been piloted in other regions. Members have been surveyed, and after experiencing it, 51% of our members actually said, we like the hybrid option. So what we have for you is three options in BNI now. The in-person, the traditional in-person, the online, which many of you are still doing, and then of course we want to roll out what we call the hybrid. The hybrid is where one meeting a week, and that's the first meeting a month, will be in person, and the rest of the meetings will be online. And chapters now have a choice to decide which format they want. Over 50% of our chapters now have gone back to fully in person. A few have remained online. Some have actually intentionally remained online with a view to be permanently online. And then there are many chapters online who are deciding whether to go in person or not. And I want to present to you the options and explain exactly what hybrid can mean for you. First and foremost, the cost. With every weekly face-to-face meeting, there is an additional fee, of course. With a hybrid, that would only happen once a month. The time that you save, that is an added benefit. And the effectiveness and the efficiency of staying online. So many members actually do like that. But at the end of the day, it is a member's choice, and we have to go with the majority of what members want in a chapter. So here you are, three different options: in-person, hybrid, online. We can actually cater to different target markets. There'll be people who travel frequently, and they'll say, I like the hybrid option because it's online. So when I travel, I can still attend, and I can design my travel such that the first meeting of each month, I can still meet people face to face. There could be some working mums who want to stay at home. They don't want to be able to commit, or they're unable to commit every week to face, yet they know the importance of face-to-face, so they don't mind coming in once a month, and then for the rest of the month, they stay online. So that's the hybrid option. Of course, if somebody prefers to stay fully online, there is an option for chapters to do so as well. If you look at workforces and the way the new normal is today, hybrid is becoming more and more common. Large corporates in different parts of the world are now encouraging their employees to, or giving them the choice and the flexibility to also work from home and coming to the office. And we believe this can also work for our BNI members. So obviously it all comes down to individual choices and what members prefer, but in the end, we need to go with what a majority of a chapter wants. So this is really just to explain to you what the choice available to you is. The hybrid option is, again to repeat, the first meeting only to be in person and the rest of the meetings online. The agenda is very similar. If you have not experienced an in-person meeting, then that's something that you'll need to just get a feel of by attending other chapters in person as an observer. Or you could actually try it out for your chapter to see whether this works. The online is the agenda that you're currently following. If you've been a member for long enough, for at least over 18 months, then you would also know what in-person was like. So in-person agenda would be exactly like that. And when you combine the two, you get the best of both. So that's exactly what a hybrid is. How will we decide whether your chapter will be going with a hybrid option or an in-person option, or for that matter, to stay online forever? Well, first and foremost, we're going to have to conduct a survey, and your leadership team is going to have to decide when your chapter is ready to receive that survey. When you receive the survey, you'll have to choose which of the three, and you can choose more than one format. So it's not that you're stuck in having to choose just one. But if you prefer just one of the three, then choose that. If you feel, you know what, I'm indifferent, I don't mind selecting two of the three, then you may choose two. And if you just don't really care or it doesn't really matter to you, then you can tick all three. But what we want to understand is what the majority of the chapter feels. And we will then decide that the vote which gets at least 70% will be the choice of the chapter. Once that happens, the members who didn't vote for that will have to make a choice. We'll communicate that through your leadership team. And the people whose vote was not in the majority have two choices. One is they could actually choose to then go with what the chapter voted. So it's not the vote that they picked, but they're okay and they can change their mind. Or they can look for a chapter which actually has a format that they prefer. For that to happen, we can help you transition and transfer your membership. But of course, it's subject to your category being available and your membership committee approving, the new chapter membership committee approving your application. If we don't get a majority 70% of any one format, we will continue staying online temporarily until we review it again in another 6 to 8 weeks and then see what happens at that point. So these are the choices. Pick wisely, pick what you think suits you best, discuss it amongst yourselves, and then make the best choice for you. I hope this has been useful for you. We look forward to seeing you, whether it's online, whether it's in person, but we can continue building relationships and changing the way the world does business. Thank you very much.